Hi, it's the Carter Man, and it's my second video of the day, and this was prompted by two things. One is a great column in International Man, Doug Casey's International Man, by Jeff Thomas, okay? In which essentially Jeff Thomas kind of calls out baby boomers and, makes it clear, and it's a good column, the narrative is excellent, that they're really a danger to the rest of us, all right? Now, I say the rest of us, obviously I'm a baby boomer, which is, by the way, makes it okay for me to say the things I'm about to say. But he points out that, they're just kind of thoroughly destructive, all right? And then no sooner did I get done reading that than I saw the footage of Janet Yellen over there, speaking of atrophied baby boomers, over there genuflecting to the little the little grifter Zelensky, right? Saying, I have another $1.3 billion for you. Excuse me? Maybe she should have taken that to East Palestine, Ohio. But no, we're going to hand it over to the grifter Zelensky. Biden's already given him $200 billion. I'm sure Joe whispered in his ear when he was over there, hey, don't forget the big guy, don't forget me, as he's handing out the graft. So the grifter got more graft is what happened. And you looked at the woman and you said to yourself, who in the hell is this old woman to be leading young people into war? And frankly, I feel the same about Joe Biden. It's like the curse of the octogenarians. I mean, think about it. And I say this, I'm 76 years old. So don't say, well, that's awful for you to attack old people. I am old. And I, so I recognize some of this in these people who are just, striving and struggling to maintain their hour upon the stage, no matter what it costs everybody around them. Okay, Joe Biden he's like prima facie evidence of toxic dementia, violent outburst, and violent actions. They just strike him, and he does it. And then you look around and say, well, there ought to be somebody around to keep him under control. Who? Let's see now. He's surrounded by Mitch McConnell. I think Mitch McConnell was born somewhere around 1830. Schumer, who, when you Google smarmy, his picture comes up, is smarmy octogenarian. What the heck? I'm sorry, but you look at these people. Mitt Romney, was he 76 or 78 now? And these are the people who are leading the country down the path of massive deficit spending, printing money like it's going out of style. Yellen, Biden, Romney, McConnell, Schumer, Pelosi, for God's sake. Pelosi, I think she was Miss Baltimore in 1803. I mean, come on, these people reek of denture odor and mothballs. I'm sorry. They just do. And they should not be leading this country down the path they're taking it. Total deprivation of freedom. Every time you turn around, there's a new declaration of Biden by something he's going to do that's going to restrict our freedoms. What's his latest? Handing over pandemic dictatorship to the World Health Organization. And folks, I told you about this now. He is handing over to Tedros, whatever his last name is, over at WHO, and his board, all of whom you can't even pronounce their names, from the most third of third world countries, the power to declare pandemics, to impose lockdowns, and to decide what a pandemic is, including racism and climate change. I'm not making this up, okay? It's what happens when you hand everything over to people who, frankly, have nothing to lose, okay? Because then they cost you everything. We need to have restrictions in politics on strict term limits. Tell these people, yeah, you can come for a while, but then you got to leave. You're not going to stay around till you're 80 years old, barely in touch with reality, but in touch enough to destroy the reality of everybody else around you. It's got to come to a stop. The whole political system has been corrupted. Term limits, as I said before, term limits, recall, impeachment, recasting when there's a corrupt election, recast the votes. All of this has to be imposed if we're going to redeem this country, redeem our political system, folks. In all honesty, in all seriousness, let's do this thing, please.